Just don't even bother, girl. Just don't even bother. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ebony. If you are new here, welcome. I make videos all about locks and lifestyle stuff, okay? The last video I uploaded was a little bit of lifestyle stuff. I took a trip to Ghana with my family. I had the time of my life, okay? It took me a little while to edit and upload it because, I mean, hello, I'm in Ghana, living my life, living my best life, okay? So yeah, thanks so much for being patient with me. I wanted to start off the new month, okay, February, the new year, honestly, with a video all about locks, and that is what I'm about to give you, okay? I started thinking through the thought of like what somebody needs, all the things that they need before they get locks. And that's kind of like, I had a video of that. Last year I posted something and it was saying like, things I wish I knew before I got locks or whatever. That is my most watched video. Thank you so much for running it up. So I started thinking about it again. I was like, what are some other things that I can think of? And then I started at the end of the year seeing a bunch of videos of people combing out their locks. And they were like giving a lot of insight into why they did it. Some people were like, oh, I just had locks for a really, really long time. Other people were like, dang, I didn't realize these things. And I said, aha, it's like, this is what I'll do. I can make a video about the things that need to come first before you get locks, okay? Do not get locks if, okay? That is kind of the theme of today's video. Don't get locks if X, Y, and Z, okay? And I will let you know. Listen to me. It's been about 2 years, okay? I'm 2 years locked. And I'm telling you right now, don't get locks if. Let's go. Okay, let me get my little list together, okay? So, the very first one is don't get locks if you think they will look the same as when you first get them retwisted. Y'all, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, okay? As you can see right now, my hair is in a style. I actually, when I go get my hair done, I usually just get a retwist and I call it a day. I never have my hairstylist do a style. Usually, I do my styles myself. I'll do like a braid out, I don't know, I did maybe a Bantu knot out, I do beads, those types of things. I have my little styles that I like, and I never have the hairstylist do them. But this time for my 2-year anniversary, I got some twists. And you know what? I'm glad I did. Because if you feel like, okay, if a person feels like, you know what, I want my retwist to last as long as possible, you should probably get styles consistently when you get a retwist. Because I got this done maybe almost a month ago and it still looks pretty dang good, okay? Like it looks better than a regular retwist. Same thing for other styles, I bet. But I wanted to say this. Don't get locks if you're gonna be upset when your hair does not look fresh and crispy like you just came out of the salon. That is unrealistic. I saw a video at the end of this year talking about the reason why that they were combing out their locks is because of the frizz, and they really liked when they had just gotten it retwisted, but the frizz afterwards just was not cutting it for them. As somebody that is 2 years locked now, the very first year of your lock journey, your hair is locking, okay? So that's already like that journey that you're on right there from like the starter locks to mature is your hair doing all types of stuff, okay, first of all. And then second of all, when your hair does get mature, that doesn't mean that your hair is looking like a bust down every day, okay? So as long as you know that the days that you get a retwist or that you have a fresh retwist, bam, that will be fresh. And whenever you wash your hair, that freshness will be gone in some way. Maybe instead you do a braid out. Maybe instead you do some type of twist style or something like that to maintain like keeping down the roots. That's what I do. I already have a video about how I stretch my retwists, and I'll link it up below, above. But don't go into this thinking that your hair is gonna look like you came fresh out the salon every day. That is just a recipe for disaster, okay? Don't get locks if you think that, okay? And one last thing I want to say about that, um, it's also really nice when you embrace the frizz in your journey. I like when my hair is going through the stages before I get another retwist. There's different styles that you can do. There's different things that you can do that really highlight and embrace like the stage that your hair is in. So yeah, I mean, the frizz is not a bad thing, okay? Embrace frizz, y'all. Okay, so that was the first one. The second one is don't get locks, okay? Don't get locks if you do not know how you want them yet, okay? And maybe it's better to say this. Don't get locks if you don't know what set you want yet, okay? If you are not feeling confident about the set that you want, take some time to figure it out, okay? And by set, I mean traditional locks like me. I would say I have traditional locks. I have about 71. I started off with 77. Then you have micro locks, you know, then you have sister locks. You have different grid patterns. Mine are more diamond. You could have the one where it's just kind of like a U part situation. You could have triangle parts. You could have square parts. Figure out what you want. And by that, I mean, like, do some research. See what you like, see what you don't like. I knew that I wanted to have a parting grid that was kind of different, kind of unique. And so I was like, okay, I need to find a place that is going to do that for me. And I'm glad I did, because I'm really happy with that. I think the parting is something that you really can't change once you start. If you start it maybe like a little bit off center, over time they can center it again or something like that. But they're not going to change square to diamond. So have in your mind the type of parting grid that you would like and feel confident about it. Know if you want to have micro locks versus traditional. And that's not to say that everything's set in stone. You can restart another set of locks whenever you want, okay? The set that you want really comes into play when it's time for maintenance. Are you ready to commit to 300 locks needing to be updated? Maybe on a lesser schedule than someone with less locks like me, but are you okay with sitting at the salon for that period of time? When I go to the salon to go get my retwist done, I'm in and out while some people are there literally all day. You know what I mean? And that's what's cool with me. Whereas somebody can say, oh, no, girl, I'm fine with sitting here and getting through with it for this entire day and not having to think about it for like another 3 months. So just depends, you know what I mean? But take the time to think about realistically what makes sense for you, your pockets, okay? And what will have you happy in the long run. Honestly, this is like one of the main things, okay? Take the time to figure that out, all right? So that's the second one. The third one, okay? The third one is kind of like a spin-off of the second, which is don't get locks if you want them to look a very specific way, if you expect them to look a very specific way. And this is different from the grid pattern conversation and the set of them specifically, but what I'm saying is your hair type is different, your thickness is different, the density is different, the porosity is different than whatever inspo pick you picked out, okay? It could be very similar, but your hair is your hair, you're unique, you're you. So when you go around and start looking for inspo picks and whatever, and you say, ooh, I want my locks to look exactly like that, your loctician is gonna try their best, okay? They're gonna look at your hair, a good loctician is gonna look at your hair, gonna look at your thickness, say, okay, I think this is the best way that we should go about this. However, do not hold them liable if it don't look exactly like the inspo pick, okay? Your hair is also gonna look very different at very different times. When you are going from a loose natural to getting locks, when I tell you my hair looks completely different from what it looks like now. I'll post in some photos or maybe like a TikTok or something, but my hair went from boneless to full. And mind you, I am somebody that as a loose natural, I have very thick hair. So when I first got my coils, because I started off with coils, when I first got them, my hair looked very thin, okay? But I knew that that wasn't gonna be what it always was, because I knew I had thick hair, okay? I just needed the platform, all right? So all I'm saying is don't go into the journey thinking I only want locks if they're gonna look like this person's. I only want locks if I'm gonna have curly ends. I only want locks if it's going to be X, Y, and Z. Just don't even bother, girl. Just don't even bother until you feel okay with the fact that it could look different from what you're saying. Like now, 2 years in, I don't even remember what the hell the info pic I chose. Like, and I couldn't tell you and I don't care, okay? Because I'm just happy with the way that they look. Like I'm embracing the way that they are at any journey. And the good thing about hair is that if you don't like it, you can change it. Like that's, either way. Get locks, decide if you like it and don't, and change it, cut them off, comb them out, do whatever you need to do. But I'm just saying, save yourself the hassle. If you know that you only want locks, if they're gonna look a very specific way, I would say don't waste your time, okay? Because they are a process. They're a type of hairstyle that it goes through its own little journey, okay, girl? And so if you are not ready for that, I don't know what to tell you. Okay? Okay, now let's go on to the next one. All right. Don't get locks if you're going to miss your loose natural hair, okay? And I don't mean don't get them ever. I just mean don't get them yet. Don't get them yet. If you feel like, dang, I really just didn't perfect my wash and go yet. Oh, I really need another silk press. I want to go through a bunch of different protective styles this summer, okay? Don't get locks yet. Just wait. Just wait until you have all of that out of your system and then get locks. You know what I mean? Like, just get a lock protective style. Just do a nice little boho lock type situation and call it a day, okay? Because if you feel like all your loose natural styles are not out your system yet, I think it's a waste. I just think it's a waste. You're going to end up getting locks, going through the whole process and missing your hair and then combing them out in a year. It's just like, why even do that? Just wear your natural hair. The beauty about black hair is that it's so versatile. You know what I mean? And locks are versatile in and of themselves, okay? You can get locks and do a million things with them, okay? You could even throw a ponytail on it, okay? I've seen videos of people having locks in the front, having them twisted, put a little ponytail in the back, have some like curly hair in the back. I've seen it and it looks really cute. However, if you know that you're gonna miss your hair and you're like, don't even bother, okay? Just take some time. When I wanted to get locks, I had wanted them for like maybe a year or so. But I was just thinking like, I changed my hair a lot. I don't know. I ended up saying, like, I told myself that at one point in my life, I wanted to like cut my hair off like completely and go through that process. So I said, you know what? That's what I'll do. I shaved my head. I wore it shaved down for a while. Then I just let it naturally grow out. And I went through a whole process of different styles that I did when I was like loose natural with like a tiny afro up until then. And then that's when I said, shout out to everybody. This was fun. Let's lock it up. I'm done. And I don't miss my loose natural hair at all. One day, maybe I will. Like, and that's another thing too. Like, it's okay to change your mind. Like, it's absolutely okay to change your mind. I just feel like I don't want to waste my time. Do I think that I'm going to comb out my locks or shave my head again anytime soon? No, I'm really enjoying this style. I'm really enjoying locks. But in the event that I do, that's okay too. But yeah, I'm just saying, if you can look at yourself right now and be like, I'm not ready, don't waste your time, okay? Okay, and the final one, okay? The final one is don't get locks if you're not ready to trust the process, okay? It kind of touches on some of the ones at the top, but as I mentioned, locks are a journey, especially if you're starting from coils or twists or maybe even braids, or especially if there's people out here that start their locks from a teeny weeny afro phase. If you're starting your locks from scratch, just know that it goes through a lot of changes. And I get a lot of comments in my YouTube videos about, girl, I am trying to trust this process, but it is not looking like how I want it. Oh my gosh. And on the one hand, I'm like, keep going, girl, keep going. But on the other hand, I'm like, if you wake up every day and you hate the way your hair looks, start over. Just start on over, girl. Don't even worry about it, okay? Because trust it for what at that point? You know what I mean? I think something that we just have to get out of our head is that we look beautiful through all stages. Like, and I've said this before in a lot of different videos, like the ugly phase was not ugly for me. Like, it was not an ugly phase, and I don't claim that, you know, because I was happy with my hair through all of its changes, and I worked with it through all of its changes. I think when we're so stuck on, I can't even experience a process, then that's what makes it less fun and less beautiful. And so I would say to the person that doesn't want to trust the process but wants locks, go in the direction of maybe an instant lock, go in the direction of like adding hair to your hair, something like that. I've seen people that have done that and it works. I've also seen it where the hair doesn't match and it looks strange. But do your research. Just do your research. If you say, look, I'm over this. I don't want no freaking process. I don't want to trust no process. I want to come out the gate looking mature. Okay. I want to come out the gate with some inches. There are avenues to do that. There are a lot of avenues to do that. And guess what? I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. Do whatever you want. It's your life. It's your life. Do whatever you want. Don't feel bogged down by the fact of like, everybody says for me to be a real lock girl, I gotta do. No, okay? You are real to yourself, all right? However, I'm just gonna say, don't get traditional locks if you can't trust the process. Move in a different direction, okay? Get instant locks, add human hair or something. Because let me tell you, when you are going from 0 to locks, when you are going from coil to baby lock, starter lock to mature, it is a process. When I tell you, there was a point, I think like 3 to 4 months, my hair just looked like a braid out. Like, friends asked me, they were like, did you comb out your locks? Like, they thought I was just wearing my loose natural hair. I was like, oh no, girl, this is just part of the process. Like, and then the next month I'm like, oh, okay, it's locking up. Oh, okay, it's shrinking up the next month. Oh, okay, I have a little bit more inches. Okay, like it's all of that into one journey throughout 1 year. If that is not for you, don't do it. Don't do it, okay? But it was fun and it was great and it was beautiful for me, okay? But I just know there are some people out there that are like, that's fun and all for you. I don't want it. So yeah, those are my things, okay? Those are my, 4 or 5? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? 5, and I'm gonna go through them from the top. Do not get locks if you think they will look the same as when you first get them retwisted. Don't get locks if you don't know what kind of set you want to start with. Don't get locks if you want them to look a very specific way. Don't get locks if you feel like you'll miss your natural hair, your loose natural hair. And don't get them if you don't want to trust the process, okay? And by don't get them, I mean maybe don't get them yet. Maybe think about approaching them in a different way, okay? Give yourself some time and space to feel comfortable to make a commitment like this. Because even if you're okay with shaving your hair or you're okay with combing them out your locks, one lock each is like 30 minutes to an hour on each lock. It's just a hassle. Like, I'm just saying, it's a hassle. Don't commit the time to that, okay? Unless you want to. I'm just saying, feel really good about the decision that you're going to make. And that's all, okay? So, yeah, just wanted to start the video off with some 2-year locks advice, okay? And I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!